In this lesson, we will learn about solving word problems involving quadratic equation. But first, let us come up with some strategies on how to start solving these word problems. You must read the word problems carefully. Next, link it to any topics or formula that you have learned before. Highlight keywords. And finally, draw diagrams whenever necessary. Bearing this in mind, let us try to solve the following word problems. We will split the videos into 5 different parts, one for each example. In the first example, we shall look at quadratic equations involving trigonometry. In the diagram, triangle XYZ is a right-angled triangle in which xy equals to 2x plus 3 centimeters and yz equals to 4x plus 1 centimeters. We shall now solve this in parts. Part A, find the length xz in terms of x. Is there any formula that you can apply to find the length xz? Yes, you are right. We can apply Pythagoras theorem, c squared equals to a squared plus b squared. And do you know what is the value of c squared in this example? Yes, it is the hypotenuse xz squared. And what is the value of a here? Well, we can either use 2x plus 3 or 4x plus 1. We shall write it as 2x plus 3 square, and for b we will have 4x plus 1 square. Now let us expand the terms here. 2x plus 3 square is actually 2x plus 3 multiplied by 2x plus 3. And 4x plus 1 is actually 4x plus 1 multiplied by 4x plus 1. Expanding these terms, we will have 4x squared plus 6x plus 6x plus 9. And to expand this, we will have 16x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 1. Now, let's group the x squared term together and we will have 4 plus 16, which is 20x squared. For the x term, we will have 6 plus 6, which is 12, plus 4, 16, plus another 4, which is 20. So we have 20x. And for the constant, we have 9 plus 1, which is 10. And hence, we have the length xz equals to, how do we remove the square here? Yes, we will square root 20x squared plus 20x plus 10. Now, we do not need to write the plus minus sign here because a length is only positive, and hence we will just write it as positive square root. Always remember to label your answers properly. Next, for part B, given that the length of xz equals to square root of 130, form an equation in terms of x and show that it can be reduced to x squared plus x minus 6 equals to 0. Now, since xz is now square root of 130, let's write it as square root of 130. And we can copy this expression over. And what is the next step here? Yes, we can remove the square roots. If we are to use the quadratic formula to solve this equation, we have to make one of the side equals to, yes, 0. And let's make the left hand side equals to 0 because there is only one term. So we will minus 130 on the left hand side and minus 130 on the right hand side. In this case, we will have 0 equals to 20x squared plus 20x plus 10 minus 130. Simplifying the common terms, we will have 20x squared plus 20x 10 minus 130 will be equals to negative 120. Now this equation here and this equation does not seem to be the same. This is 20x squared and this is only 1x squared. And hence we have to divide every term here by, divide by 20. So 0 divided by 20 is still 0. 20 divided by 20 will have x squared. 20 divided by 20 will have 1x. And negative 120 divided by 20 will have negative 6. And therefore, we have shown that it is reduced to this equation. For part C, we are asked to solve this equation and find the possible values of x. We can solve this by factorizing, or we can solve this by using the quadratic equation. If you are not sure, always use the quadratic formula. Well, since I know that this can be factorized, let's revise factorizing, shall we? So what is the term here? Yes, this is the x squared term. What is the term here? This is negative 6. And what is the term here? Yes, we will have positive x. So what multiplied by what will give you x squared? X multiplied by x. We can try 1, 6 or we can try 2, 3. Well, 2, 3 seems to be nearer to 1x, so we will try 2, 3. Cross multiplying, we will have 2x and 3x. We want to have just 1x, so where should we put the negative sign? Yes, we will put it here. So that negative 2x plus 3x will give us positive x. And since this is negative, this will be negative. And hence, by factorizing this, we will have x minus 2, x plus 3 equals to 0. Do you remember how to solve this? Yes, we will use the zero product property whereby x minus 2 equals to 0 or x plus 3 equals to 0. And hence, x equals to 2 or x equals to negative 3. Now, if we substitute 2 into these two lengths here, we will have positive length. If we substitute this into this length here, we will have negative 6 plus 3, which is negative 3. So, we shall reject this because length cannot be negative after substituting into these two sides here. Finally, part D, find the perimeter of the triangle XYZ. So we will have xy equals to 2 multiplied by 2 plus 3 equals to, 7. YZ will be equals to 4 multiplied by 2 plus 1 equals to 9. And finally, we still have our xz, which is equals to the square root of 130 given by part B. Adding all this up, what do we have? We will have approximately 27.40. And this is our parameter. Do remember the units, centimeters, and this is in 2 decimal places. Now, if it's not given, you can just leave it as 3SF, which is 27.4 cm.